What's up, fam? So today I'm doing steak kebabs. I was gonna do chicken, but I forgot to thaw it out, so whatever. So I got some, you can use any steak you want. I got T-bone steak, and I just cut it up. I'm gonna show y'all that in the video afterwards. I'm just telling y'all everything I did, because I kind of did it backwards, but when y'all see the video, it's gonna be after what I tell y'all. But so I did T-bone steak, I cut it up, and I did red bell pepper, green bell pepper, and red onion, and red potatoes.
The sauce is forever. sauce forever. The 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 sauce forever. sauce is forever. The sauce is forever. The sauce is forever.
So this is the season I use. Creole seasoning. You can get this from Walmart, probably any other grocery store. Garlic powder, Lawry's. I love this. It's like really good flavor. And I use some lemon dill. It's my favorite season. I put it on everything. So season that up, cut everything up first, and then season it up. I toss the onions, bell peppers and stuff. I toss that in oil. I mean, I toss everything in oil, but I did the steak separate just to keep, sanitation wise. But yeah, I tossed everything the same, but everything's seasoned with the same seasoning, and everything is tossed in olive oil. And that's really all you need. And it should take probably about 10 to 15 minutes. I mean, it depends on how you want your steak done. And I cut the potatoes thin just so they won't take too long to cook. And other than that, sorry, I put the charcoals in the grill. But other than that, cut them as thin as you can. Like, you don't want them to take longer than a steak to cook. But this is a good, length, thickness for them, because the steak's pretty thick. So it'll be done around the same, perfect timing for each of them. So yeah, I mean, it took me about 40 minute prep time, but you get the job done. So yeah, we're gonna throw these on the grill, and we'll be right back, y'all.
The sauce is forever.
Probably gonna do a couple minutes per side just to get a good idea of how it's cooking and how your grill's cooking. So let's check it out. So yeah, probably a good 2 or 3 minutes per side would be great. And then like you could do it the same way how you regularly barbecue. Like how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get all sides brown, charred, and then I'm gonna put them on the cold side so it can smoke the rest of the way. And so it gets you that nice juicy tender meat instead of drying it all out. And it'll most likely cook everything even as well. Depending on how you want your meat, that's going to depend on your cook time. But then again, depending on how you want your veggies, depending on cook time. So I'll say you probably about a good 30 minutes if you want to get everything softened up nice enough. So let's flip these. This kebab is almost ready. Let's go on the side. Yeah. Ooh, that look good. Get a little toasty out here, y'all. I'm burning up. AZ heat ain't no joke. good enough. Cook time, good enough char on it. Get the meat cooked up. I'm gonna put it to the side. And just like I showed y'all, we're gonna cover that boy up. Remember, the holes go over the food. And we're gonna let it cook for about 10 minutes. We're gonna come back and check on it. See y'all soon. Right now, but I'm gonna leave it in about 5-10 more minutes. You know, you never can be too sure. All right, y'all, they good is ready. Let's get them off. So overall, I left them on here for about 20 minutes. I ain't even gonna lie. Just wanted to get a little color on them. Make sure everything cooks thoroughly. But they definitely done. Oh yeah. Yeah. They definitely done. See, got potatoes falling off. Oh. Yeah, boy. Oh yeah. And let me tell y'all, it's my first time making this. So they tell you anybody could do this. Anybody. It's not hard at all. Anyone can cook. So thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Y'all just stay tuned. Like, we got so much stuff coming for y'all. We got shirts coming. We got face masks coming. You just let me know what y'all want. I'm gonna tag everything at the bottom of the description. We gonna have a website up soon, everything. But y'all stay tuned. Thanks for watching.